Welcome to today's class. I'm glad to have you there. Okay, today I want us to look at how we can resolve two vectors acting at an obtuse angle. And of course, obtuse angles are those angles that are less than 180 degrees and more than 90 degrees. Solution. The first thing we do is we replace, assuming the two forces are these, 40 Newton and the 30 Newton. And then the angle they are acting at is angle 125 degrees. So we represent the first line, which is, it can be the 40 Newton force or the 30, as the case may be. So let's put 40 Newtons here. Now the second one, instead of taking our line here, of course, if we take our second line here, it will be an acute angle. If we take it straight, it is at the right angle. Now, because it is an obtuse angle, which is more than 90 degrees, we can take it like this. Now, this is our arrow. Now, here is 125 degrees. And of course, the first thing we do is to complete the parallelogram. If we complete the parallelogram, we draw a diagonal. This diagonal gives the value of our resultant. Now, an angle is formed here. If you look at this, an angle is formed here. That angle is angle alpha. Now, we can continue. If we continue this line, you discover that this is angle on a straight line. And by convention, alternate angles are equal. Since from here to here is 125, therefore from here to here is as well 125 degrees. So if here is 125 degrees, the remaining angle here will be 55 degrees. Of course, 180 minus 125 is equal to 55 degrees. That is the angle we have here. Now, remember, we have here as our 30 and here is our 40. So, we can now get our resultant. And how do we get our resultant? We get our resultant using the cosine rule, which is r squared is equal to p squared plus q squared minus 2pq cos theta. In this case, P is the first one here, which will give us, or we can use it, any one can be our P. We can use P, we can use Q. So R squared is equal to P squared, let's say 30. 30 squared plus this one, 40 squared, minus 2 times 30 times 40 times cos theta. Remember, the theta we're using here is 55, which will give us 30 squared is 900 plus 40 squared. 40 squared is 1,600 minus 2 times 30 times 40 will give us 2,400 times cos 55. Cos 55 by calculation, cos 55 is 0.574. Okay, which will now give us, if we add these two will give us 2,500 minus 2,400 times 0.574, which will give us 1,377.6. If we subtract this from this, we will have 1,122.4 as our R. Remember, this is our R squared. Therefore, R itself will give us square root of 1,122.4. Please always ensure that your square root is covering everything, which will give us that our R is 33.5 newtons. That is our R. Now the second question now is the direction. For the direction, we can bring out these triangles. Since there are two triangles here, if we bring out these triangles, we can have it like this and have the other one like this, which will be, remember, this is a vector, you put this is our resultant. So here, this phi represents, this alpha please, we represent it. Here is our resultant. This side is 40 Newton. Remember, this side and this side are equal, therefore this side will be what? 30 Newtons. Okay, this, for us to get our alpha here, we use sine rule. Sine rule. And that sine rule says this side, sorry please, an angle, this angle here, we'll bring it out here. This angle 55 degrees. So the sine rule says this side over sine of whatever angle we have here is equal to this side all over the sine of the angle we have here. So this side is r. R over what you have here is sine 55 is equal to this side over this. And of course, what we have here is alpha. We have 30 all over sine alpha. If we cross multiply to make sine alpha the subject, sine alpha r times this will give you r sine alpha is equal to 30 sine 55. Make sine alpha the subject. We'll have that sine alpha is equal to 30 sine 55 all over r. All over r. And of course, our r is the resultant, which is 33.5. We now have that sine alpha is 30 times sine 55. And of course, sine 55, if you punch your calculator, you have that sine 55 is 0.819 all over r. If you put divided over r, 33.5. It will now give us 30 times 0.89 will 0.89 all over this. So 0.89 times 30 divided by this will give us 0.733. Therefore, we cannot say that sine alpha is 0.733. If sine alpha is equal to this, we can say that alpha itself is the sine inverse of 0.733. Therefore, alpha, which is our angle, will now give us 47.17 degrees. So, this is our angle here. Therefore, we can now conclude that the resultant of these two forces, 30 Newton and 40 Newton, is 33.5 degrees at this angle. Or we can now say that since the angle given to us here is 125, you can say 125 minus these 47.17 degrees. Everything will give us 77.83. Therefore, we can conclude that the direction now, there are two, this is the angle here. There are two directions. So, instead we say the direction of the resultant to the 40 Newton force is this. Or, the direction of the resultant to the 30 Newton force is 77.83. So, in conclusion, we can say that the resultant of 30 Newton and 40 Newton is 33.5 Newton. Is 33.5 Newton. At this and at 47.17 degrees, or sorry, at 47.17 degrees to the 40 Newton force, to the 40 Newton force, or this value, or 77.83 degrees to the 30 Newton force. Okay. Thank you for being there with me. This is where we'll conclude the lesson here. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel so that once we upload new videos, you will get notified. Please, that like button, please hit that like button. That is what keeps me motivated to produce more videos for you. Thank you very much.